To problem number 3 from semester 2 review number 11. This is a problem that's going to help us review composition as well as combination of functions, and we also have to remember how to simplify complex fractions. All right, so we're going to begin by computing g of x minus 1. Okay, g of x minus 1 means everywhere that you see an x in the g of x function, we're going to substitute in x minus 1. So we're going to have x minus 1 plus 1 over x minus 1 minus 1, which will be x over x minus 2. That is g of x minus 1. The next thing we need to do is we need to substitute that into the f function. So we're going to have f of g of x minus 1 to do the composition again. So that's going to be f of x over x minus 2. So everywhere I see x in my f of x function, I'm going to substitute x over x minus 2. So it'll be x over x minus 2 over x minus 2 plus 1. I can simplify this complex fraction in more than one way. I'm going to simplify this by getting a common denominator separately in the numerator and the denominator. So in the numerator, it's x minus 2. I'll multiply the negative 1 by x minus 2 over x minus 1, and I'll do the same, x minus 2 over x minus 2, I'll do the same thing in the denominator. That's going to lead me to have x over x minus 2 minus the quantity x minus 2 over x minus 2 in the numerator, and the denominator will be x over x minus 2 plus, minus x minus 2 over x minus 2. Now we have a common denominator in both the numerator and the denominator. So in the numerator, I'm going to have x minus x plus 2 distributed into the negative over x minus 2. And then the denominator, I'm going to have x plus x minus 2 over x minus 2. Simplifying the numerator, the x minus x, 0x, so that'll be 2 over x minus 2. And the denominator, I have 2x minus 2 over the quantity x minus 2. Now I have fractions that are being divided, so I'll take the reciprocal of the denominator and multiply. So this will be 2 over x minus 2 times the quantity x minus 2 over 2x minus 2. I can cancel out the x minus 2s, those divide out to 1. And I can also cancel out a 2 here, so that'll become 1x minus 1. So this will be 1 over x minus 1. That is the first part of this, which is what f of g of x minus 1 is. Right, so we're going to come back to this in a little bit. 1 over x minus 1. Okay, now let's continue on. Let's find out what f of x minus 1 is, because we're going to do work on the inside and work our way out. So f of x minus 1, everywhere I see an x in my f of x function, I'll substitute x minus 1. So I have x minus 1, that quantity minus 1, over x minus 1 plus 1. And this will give me x minus 2 over x. That's f of x minus 1. And now we have to substitute that into our g function. So g of f of x minus 1 is going to be g of x minus 2 over x. And that means everywhere in the g function where I see an x, I put x minus 2 over x. So I have x minus 2 over x plus 1 over x minus 2 over x minus 1. To get a common denominator here, I'm going to multiply by x over x in the numerator and multiply the 1 by x over x, and the denominator, this 1 by x over x, that I'll get a common denominator of x in the numerator and the denominator. So adding the fractions in the numerator, that's going to give us x minus 2 plus x over x, and the denominator is x minus 2 minus x over x. The numerator then becomes 2x minus 2 over x, and the denominator becomes negative 2 over x. I'll take the reciprocal of the denominator and multiply. So 2x minus 2 over x times x over negative 2. I can divide these x's out. They'll become 1. So that leaves me with 2x minus 2 over negative 2. I can divide everything by 2. So I'd have x minus 1 over negative 1. And then I can divide by negative 1, which will give me 1 minus x. And this is equal to g of f of x minus 1. And finally, we're going to do the subtraction that was asked for in this problem. So the problem asked us ultimately to find, scroll down a little bit, f of g of x minus 1 minus g of f of x minus 1. Okay, but f of g of x minus 1 is what we found up here. That's equal to 1 over x minus 1. And g of f of x minus 1 is equal to 1 minus x. So we have to deal with these fractions one more time. I'll get a common denominator here of x minus 1. So I'll multiply the right fraction by x minus 1 over x minus 1. So I have 1 over x minus 1. I think I'm actually going to make this a plus here and flip the sign of this term. X minus 1 times x minus 1 over x minus 1. So this gives me x minus 1 quantity squared is x squared minus 2x plus 1. And the denominator is x minus 1. Oh, I'm sorry, plus 1. So it's 1 plus x squared minus 2x plus 1. So that is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 2 over x minus 1.